I'm sharing now about faith and gratitude to God and integrating the pain and neglect and abuse of my childhood and maybe the reasons for not enforcing boundaries in my life and rights. So really like replenishing faith. This is something I wrote some years ago. God, thank you for removing me from harm and redeeming me from oppression. Thank you for being generous with me and loving me even when I don't know why you love every creature and every inch of the earth. Thank you for giving me intuition, prophecy, and a fountain of being to always come back to. Thank you for being there even when not one other human was patiently watching over me. Thank you for showing me the majestic glory and abundance of bliss and radiant beauty of becoming. Thank you for the wisdom and truth you give me to be sacred and righteous when I otherwise would be lost and contaminated. Thank you for hearing my crying and drying my eyes. Thank you for giving me health, food, and home and table, clothing, toilet, weed, writing. Weed at that time was my medicine. iPad, iPhone, etc. Thank you for this amazing body that supports me in the physical world to be here and do your work. And thank you for forgiving my ignorance. Faith. Everything that arises is to support me in my highest vibration. There's nothing to resist. It's okay to let everything be found in love, the light and the dark. My environment, surroundings, feelings, friends, family, or anything else occupying the seemingly shared time, space I find myself, etc., are here as gifts no matter how hard it is to see at times. I'm not needing to find my doubt or look for problems in order to prepare or control circumstances that might be undesirable if I surrender to being the me God wants me to be, no matter what external messages I get about who, how I should be like. I'm being used for the loftiest, even when I'm judging the goodness or holiness of my actions. It's all meant to be, even if I don't like my role. It's all renewable. The next moment is radically new and always an extended invitation. I survived living with my parents and siblings. I survived when there was no one around to be there for me. There was no one who cared. I was numb and afraid and alone, and they didn't love me. Nobody came when I called for help. I screamed, Mommy, and she never came. I was sweet. Such a sweet, cute kid. I had a huge burden on me. I was blamed for everything. I could never calm down. I was so little. I tried to say I'm only 9 at various ages, but it wasn't received. I was expected to develop too fast and to suppress myself too much. I wanted to be adopted, but didn't think there was anyone to trust or anyone I could go to for help or anywhere I'd be safe. I had to beg and plead for morsels of affection and laughter. It was so painful to feel so frozen as bad. They were so cold and harsh and blaming, it seemed. I needed softness and yielding, and I could never relax. The terror and pain in my 9-year-old eyes was life or death, and I made it. And these are the reasons why I didn't enforce boundaries: lack of information, education, or guidance in my life, not just as a child. Fear of conflict or punishment or abandonment or rejection, or forgetting that boundaries are necessary for sustainable love, or making excuses for the other person's unacceptable behavior and my lack of follow-through, like cursing me out, insulting me, telling me to lose their number and leave them alone because they're having a bad day or don't know how to express their feelings is not okay, and I shouldn't pretend it didn't hurt me or trigger me. Accepting my needs is the cure to counteracting the guilt that comes up with and could lead me also to reverse and establishing boundaries. Following up with apology and accountability after conflict, lashing out in insensitivity, and recognizing the anger is the defense for the hurt. Not letting someone convince me to have different preferences than I have for their comfort and so they can avoid their insecurities. I have the right to be the change I wish to see in the world, to talk true and ask for help and be seen and known and heard, and be more successful at work and worry less and live more and stay authentic and grow my self-esteem and confidence. To heal my pain from the past and to say no and prioritize my preferences and sing and dance and embody my power. And make art and choose who I want to share company with, eat nourishing, tasty food, throw away broken or old things or that which I don't want or need. Silence and alone time and crying and screaming and putting God before any human and changing my mind. Canceling commitments or rescheduling them and refusing to participate in my own abuse, shame, blame, or guilt. Listening to my intuition. And I'll stop here. And I wish you a beautiful Shabbos. Be well. Bye.